Hi there, today we're going to be looking at smart tech from Hey I'm Home. I did a review of stuff from Hey I'm Home and they've sent me a load of stuff here. So I thought I'd take a look and see if we can do something special for Christmas. Hi, welcome to my channel. I do a lot of tech reviews and stuff like that, and I also do some reviews on smart tech. And today we're going to be looking at Hey I'm Home. Now I did a video a few weeks ago of light bulbs and a doorbell just to really test it out and to see whether Hey I'm Home was any good, whether I could get it to work with my whole Wi-Fi and internet setup. I sometimes have problems with BT broadband, etc. Anyway, it worked really well. It integrated really well. The app's really cool. The website's really cool to navigate, and of course it all works with Google Home, which is brilliant as well. But you can do lots of cool things. But the really cool thing is that with a bit of imagination, you can use some of those devices in ways that perhaps you wouldn't necessarily think were normal. The guys over at Hey I'm Home saw my video, and so they said, look, we'll send you some gear. Why don't you test it out, see what you think, see what you can come up with, and let us know. So this is what we're going to be looking at today. As you can see, there are three main sockets here. Each one can be controlled independently. And then there's a set of USB sockets here, which I think you control as one. 4 different control points. That's the way I understand it. So I thought we'd look at this and I'd do a review of this. But I thought I'd do something special because since it's Christmas, I thought, how can we do something a bit Christmassy but use our smart tech to have a smart Christmas? So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so there comes that point every year when you've got to drag out the Christmas tree, stick on the fairy lights, find a spare socket, then realise you haven't got enough sockets for the fairy lights and the other decorations, and I've got a little projection and things like that. Then you've got to dig around and find some extension strip of power sockets and stuff and plug them in, and then each night you've got to kind of switch them off and all these kind of things. And it got me thinking, Hey I'm Home sent me this I'm a Smart power strip. So wouldn't it be cool if I could just put all the Christmas decorations through this power strip here and be able to control them from the app? But wait, I thought, of course I can also control them from Google Home. But even more, not just from the app, I can control them with my voice using the Google Home Assistant and my various smart speakers that I have around the house. But then I thought you can also have Google Home routines where I can instruct Google to respond in a certain way or to run a certain routine by me just using a key phrase. A key phrase perhaps like it's Christmas. My plan is to be able to kind of utilize this Hey I'm Home Smart Pub power strip for all the Christmas decorations, add in a few other things that Google Home control, create a key phrase so that basically on that key phrase it's Christmas time. So let's crack on and get on with it. Okay, so the first thing is we're going to need to install the power strip, set it up, connect it to the app and all those things. I really love the overall design of these Hey I'm Home products. I just love the kind of design aesthetic of their kind of marketing approach and everything. I mean, you can buy these sort of things, you know, cheap from eBay and Chinese brands, but this is a UK based company. I think the packaging design and the product design is really cool. And I just love the aesthetic of it and all those kind of things. And it works really, really well. So, on the face of it, it's your bog standard power strip, as I say. 3 conventional sockets, and then you've got these 6 USB power sockets. If you're anything like my home, all the kids have got phones and whatnot that need charging constantly, and I've got phones and all these kind of stuff. Plus there's loads of things to get powered just with USB. It's quite useful. There's the lead. I'll measure it out and let you know, but I think that looks about 2 meters full stretch. Yeah, I think it's about a 2 meter lead, but we'll measure it out. Anyway, first things first is let's plug it in. Okay, so I've plugged it in, I've switched it on. Now the first thing you need to do, if you haven't already done it, is download the Hey I'm Home Smart app. Then you've got all the different devices here that you might want to add, and here's the smart plug. Oh no, there's the power strip. It's got its own little section to hit the power strip. Then it says, power on the device to confirm that indicator light is blinking. Right, well there's no indicator light, but I think it's this little light here. Once you've connected, which is fairly straightforward, if the first method doesn't work, there's kind of a couple other methods. The second method, using the device's own Wi-Fi as a way to connect, worked really well for me. And then what you get here, it's really, I mean, it's beautifully laid out, really nicely laid out on the app. You've got, there's your power strip, off, 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 and then the USB acts as one. And then underneath as well, you can see there's little clocks. So you can add a schedule and stuff like that, which is really cool. But you can control each one independently. Let's plug in the Christmas lights. Right, so the Christmas lights are plugged in. I've plugged them into number 3. And hopefully you'll be able to see. Let's see if this works. Boom! Okay, so now we know that it's working with the app and everything. All I've got to do is connect it to the Google Home. That's often the fun part. So we'll go to Google Home Assistant and I'll try and connect it to that. That may take some time because sometimes I have a bit of trouble because the BT Home Hub's getting a bit fed up with all the Wi-Fi devices I have and all the smart products I have in the house. But anyway, that's so simple. So now I know all those plugs are kind of working. I can plug in lots of other decorations and other things. And then, as I say later, I'm going to start, once I've connected it to the Google Home, I'm going to add it to a routine and we'll see what happens. And this is just really to demonstrate with a bit of imagination what you can do with your smart home products. Just really simple smart home products. So anyway, let's add this smart plug. Now hopefully they should be connected to Google Home, so we're going to find out now. Okay Google, turn off switch 3. Right, so that worked. Okay, turn on switch 3.
All right, turning on the switch 3.
Right, let's have some fun. Okay, so let's see if this works. Okay Google, Christmas music. Merry Christmas everybody, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. So there you go, really straightforward. I'm just using one particular smart device to control 4 different power sockets in that situation. I also set up so that the YouTube music played usually a fireplace or some Christmassy scene. I can't quite get my speakers to play my Christmas music, which is fine for this YouTube video because I don't want to be copyright striked. But sometimes I get the YouTube to show a nice log fire as well. The way I've set up my home TV means I can't quite turn it on using my Google Home. That's because of the USB lights are taking some of the power that I plugged into the TV, and I'll rectify that later, but I can switch it off by telling Google Home to do it. But in an ideal world, I would have the TV switch on and then the Christmassy YouTube video play at the same time as well. But it just goes to show what can be done with just some simple smart applications and stuff and a bit of imagination. I've knocked that up in about half an hour or so, but with a bit more imagination and kind of clever thinking, or maybe if you're the sort of person that smothers your house in lights, Christmas lights on the outside or something, you can have an effect. But I just thought I'd just show you that, something Christmassy, but something also smart using smart apps. You could also use things like this, the movement sensor or the smart camera app, whatever, and get that to react. And then if somebody came in, so if you had this, you could set up a temporary routine where if it spotted anybody coming into the room, i.e. if you've got any little kids or whatever, set it up on Christmas Eve night, and then come Christmas morning, kids walk into the room, camera recognizes them, and it triggers off the routine. So there's lots of little clever things you can do. I'm sure you could be far more imaginative than I am, but I just thought I wanted to demonstrate some clever little things you could do with your smart gear and Google Home Assistants and things like that. So there you go. Next year I'll be doing lots more smart tech, so look out for that, and we'll be trying to find creative ways of using the smart tech around the home, since things like Hey I'm Home make it so easy to use. They're so easy to kind of set up, and then they integrate smoothly with Google Home, so you can have loads and loads of fun. And I'll be exploring the whole Hey I'm Home smart setup in the new year. So on that note, happy holidays. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you like this kind of content. Hit the likes and have a lovely, lovely time. Thank you.